Is it worth the self-torture and self-torment just to get to this future state, maybe, of not having a problem, when instead I could just go directly to not having a problem right now? I can't tell you the answer in every case, but I would be willing to bet 99 times out of 100, the answer to that is no, it ain't worth it. So great, drop it, have peace now. 99 times out of 100, test it out, keep notes, test it out, and tell me if I'm wrong, okay? Please, test it out and tell me if I'm wrong in my estimation. 99 times out of 100, the answer is it's not worth it. I could just drop it and have no problem now. I could just have peace now. I could just have contentment now. I don't need to invent this problem just to solve this problem. Now, let's go over a couple of other scenarios in which this might be useful. Let's say that a particular person, and you know who that person is, says that thing to you that usually you get upset about. They say it in that particular way, particular tone, and you get upset. You know that one? Maybe you got a couple of them. But most of us have at least one special person who can do that for us. Are you already asking the question? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? I mean, how many times have you gotten upset when this person says this thing or does this thing? How many times? Thousands? Tens of thousands? A lot of times. You got a lot of experience to draw upon. So just answer this question honestly. Is it worth it? Is it worth the self-torture? Is it worth the self-harm? Stressing yourself out, getting all self-righteous. How dare they talk to me that way? Don't they know I'm a very special person? Don't they know how dare they ask that of me? They demand that I do or be anything other than exactly how I am. Don't they know about how difficult and trying my life is? You know, you go into the whole sob story and you're just all stressed out, tormenting yourself. Is it worth it? It's not worth it, is it? You could just drop it. Wouldn't that be nicer? You could just drop it. Now, I know some of you are thinking, wait, no, it can't be that easy. You say, can't be that easy. There's some catch here. I mean, surely if I've been doing this for all these years, there must be a good reason for it. If I've been getting all upset and worked up for all these years, I mean, there must be a good reason. Nature has intended for me to do this. God wants me to do it. That's why. No, no, no. Take a look. That's what the world taught you. It's what the world taught you. It's what other people taught you. It's what your mom taught you. It's what your dad taught you. It's what your teachers taught you. It's what you learned on TV, isn't it? That's where you got it. God didn't tell you to do that. It was other people who have been hurting themselves in exactly the same way. And they didn't know there was any other option. They had no clue. If they had had a clue, well, first of all, they would have crucified the guy who gave them that clue and tried to shove it all under the rug. But if they really had let it in, if they had really let it in, then they would have been really happy and they would have changed within themselves. And then there might be something different happening, right? Like maybe then there would be enough people who would have that knowledge. They might actually start to automatically, that they would share that with others, and others would realize, wow, this is so much nicer. But as it has been, almost nobody knows. So everybody's teaching everybody else how to do it the old way, which is self-torture. And there's always a promise of something, but you never actually get what's promised. Isn't that true? The promise is, in the self-righteousness, I'll show them, and then everybody will respect me, and then I'll feel great. And it's not like that at all. If you put your foot down and you try to make them respect you, boy, oh boy, they're not going to like that at all. And then you're not going to feel very good. See, it was just a mistake. It was a mistake all along. And it's possible to correct that with, I told you, it's a magical phrase. I did not deceive you in the least. I promise this is an absolutely magical phrase. Is it worth it? Like I said, though, you have to apply it and you have to persist with it, because at first it might seem awkward. You might seem awkward. You might say, well, where's the magic? I'm not quite sure where the magic is. Instead, you might just be feeling some discomfort. Well, okay, that's okay. that you're doing it correctly then, because you're actually starting to notice. That's the key. You're starting to be aware. You can be aware of what you've been doing that's been producing the harm, what's been producing the pain. You have this welling up of this reaction, and then you're trying to, at the same time, you're not sure, do I like indulge this by shouting out, or do I suppress it because I don't want to, I don't want bad things to happen to me, because maybe when you were a kid, you expressed it, and mommy and daddy, they like, spanked you, or they shouted at you, or they gave you a timeout, or whatever they did. Never, don't take parenting advice from me, but I'll just say, the idea that like a timeout is somehow a superior solution is to fundamentally misunderstand. To fundamentally misunderstand. I'm not suggesting spanking. I'm just saying that if you just substitute one thing for the other, you can't really expect something to change. If you want change, you have to change. When parents change, then things change. So we all were taught, don't act it out, don't indulge it. And then we looked around and we said, well, gee, what do I do? And what everybody else was showing us was suppress it. So these were the two things that we learned: indulge and suppress, indulge and suppress. Indulgence seems to get us more immediate negative feedback, right? I mean, when when you indulge, when you shout and scream and kick and break and smash things, usually that gets very immediate negative feedback. Whereas suppression is not so immediate and not so acute, right? We get with the feedback, we tend to get, the immediate feedback is like, good boy, good girl for not smashing things, for being quiet, for leaving mommy and daddy alone, for sitting at your desk and not interrupting teacher. So the question though is, so normally what happens is we deal with these things. Now it's this suppressed internal thing, and it can go nowhere. At least if you smash stuff, and I'm not advocating it, but at least if you smash stuff, then there's a kind of finality of sorts to it. Something's been smashed. But when it's internal, when it's this suppressed thing that's just going round and round, it's just this endless self-harm. Are they to think this way about me? They shouldn't do it. And it just goes on and on and on. And there's no resolution. It's just self-harm, endless self-harm. The question, is it worth it? It never occurred to hardly anybody. We could actually choose. You don't have to be a victim of that old programming. You could choose something different. Is it worth it?